Hey, what's going on everyone? It's Six Pass Dunga back again with another chapter analysis. And what we have to talk about today is something that I really wanted to discuss with you all ever since I went live to review the chapter spoilers. And remember, I will be going live to review the new chapter early with you guys every single month. So of course, if that interests you, go ahead and subscribe and make sure that noti bell is turned on. Go on, don't forget. Okay, but anyway, something that I absolutely needed to talk to you all about is Boruto and Sarada's upcoming mission. This operation will be the hardest S-rank mission I've ever seen. Just a recap on what that is, Code is currently chasing after Sarada. He plans to capture her to lure Boruto out into a trap. You see, Code is smarter than you think. He knows how close Sarada is to Boruto. He knows he can get to him just by pursuing Sarada. This interaction between Code and Sarada at the beginning of TBV Vortex was not coincidental. Code knew that Sarada was the key to finding Boruto, and he was right. He attacked everyone in Konoha using the claw grinds, mostly all his friends and some random shinobi around the village. But once he tried to attack Sarada, Boruto appeared out of thin air. From that moment on, it was clear that Boruto viewed Sarada as something more. She was tied to him closer than the rest. So if there's any way to force Boruto out of hiding, this is it. Capture Sarada. And that's what he's trying to do right now. That's why it's widely known that Code might appear as soon as next chapter to come for Sarada. Now, according to the ending of chapter 35, it might not be as simple anymore because some situations came up that might demand Boruto's immediate attention, and that could delay Boruto from saving Sarada. But that's besides the point. The main plan for these two is for Sarada to let herself be captured by Code, and it's at that point, Code will likely take her to the Divine Trees, so she'll be going to another dimension. The claw marks play a heavy role in him being able to transverse to different dimensions so freely. So once she actually gets to this other dimension, Boruto asked her to throw away the symbols that he gave her so he can use the flying Raijin to get to her location with no problem. I feel like the hardest part for Sarada might be throwing away the symbols without getting caught. She would have to be extremely discreet if she wants to pull this off successfully. If she's caught trying to throw away these symbols, things could get more complicated than it needs to be. And I only say this because Boruto gave her 2 symbols instead of 1. Now we have to ask ourselves, why did Boruto do this? Why give her 2 symbols instead of just 1? Is it because he knows how difficult it might be just to dispose of these symbols? So just in case she messed up throwing the first one, she'll have a backup? Is it for another plan that Boruto has? Or maybe it's for another unrelated reason. If I was to guess, I'd just go with the notion that Boruto thought ahead. Just in case something happens to that one symbol, she always has another one. Regardless, this mission is going to be a task in itself. But other than the premise of the mission, I thought to myself, something that a lot of you probably already asked yourselves as well. Why the heck is Boruto doing this? What is he cooking? Because in all hindsight, it doesn't really make sense to make a plan this risky without the advantage of prescience. Kashin Koji didn't even get his visions yet, still living off the old ones from before Inojin learned his new jutsu. So they're actively working in the dark until prescience comes in clutch. So Boruto is not supposed to be doing this, and I don't believe Koji would have approved of this mission because he's just a very careful person, right? With everything at stake, there's just no way he would allow Boruto to do something so dangerous, especially without the proper guidance and preparation. He didn't even want to look in the flash drive that Amato gave him before getting a new vision. So what makes you think he would instruct or even be okay with Boruto doing something like this? Exactly, he wouldn't. So this tells me this is an arbitrary mission. Boruto is going behind Koji's back and doing this on his own accord. This wouldn't be the first time he's done something like this neither. Believe it or not, he probably done more things behind Koji's back, but only a few were actually shown to us that Koji had no idea this was done. And I know I do bring this up quite a bit, but in chapter 15, Boruto tells Kawaki about his limiters, then Kawaki goes to Amato, presses him into removing said limiters, or at least make him way stronger than he was initially. And would you look at that? Boruto changed the timeline. Now he created a way to save Konohamaru and get everyone back to Konoha with minimal casualties. Look how surprised Koji was when he seen Kawaki here. This is the face of a man who never seen this outcome before. I think he actually says here that he never seen a future like this. Boruto did this again with Sumire. I don't even think Koji knows about his interaction with her. And plus, he mentioned that he gave her some type of scroll that contained information that was not yet available in the present time. That seems like something Koji would have a say in before Boruto does it. Am I right or am I wrong? It's several chapters later and we don't even know if Koji knows about Boruto's new sword. And I also didn't forget that Boruto didn't want to tell Koji about the conversation that him and Momoshiki had. So that also leaves me kind of suspicious. Does Kashin Koji know that Boruto offered up his own body to Momoshiki? We gotta really think. Would Koji really approve if he knew that's what Boruto wanted to do? No, absolutely not. And I'm not saying he wouldn't because he just cares about Boruto's well-being. Nah, it's not even about that. This is no Naruto and Jiraiya relationship part 2. Koji is only concerned about Boruto because of how pivotal he is to the planet's survival. He pretty much has no choice but to care for him. And he also knows that Momoshiki is no good. He can't be trusted at all. So if he ends up getting Boruto's body, nothing good would come of that. I named 3 instances of Boruto doing this, and this would be no different than those times. Boruto is acting on his own because he believes he has better foresight than Koji without actually having the ability. This kind of reflects Boruto and Koji's ever-growing resentment towards each other. Boruto feels like he can't really trust Koji and his judgment, regardless if he has the power to just see into the future. Like I said before, they are both 2 sides to the same coin, and their personalities are so polar opposite, they was bound to clash. We even see throughout the story how differently their morals and values are. This created that growing conflict within them, and it made Boruto want to just do his own thing to help the future. This really kicked off when Yoda was killed, but still, Boruto was doing it before that. But now it's gonna be twice as bad, because the trust between these two just keeps getting worse every single day. So Boruto obviously has a plan that he wants to execute, a plan that he feels will benefit the future. That's why he told Sarada to let herself get captured. But what could it be? Well, if you paid attention to last chapter and how it correlates to this chapter, you probably already know. And I did talk about it a little bit on stream, but just in case you don't know, let's just take it from the top. In chapter 34, Bug died, right? We all know this. Boruto failed to get the Thorn Soul bulb to him in time, and for the first time ever, he's seen what happens when a soul burns out. Traumatic, probably. But I don't think it was traumatic because it was happening to Bug. Boruto never met Bug, so he has no ties to him. So Boruto wasn't really thinking too much about the old man here per se. He was more so thinking about Sasuke, the possibility of this happening to him, the future that he wants to avoid. This is something that will break Boruto. It will make him feel like he failed. If he doesn't do anything else, he wants to save his master. So when he seen Bug in the situation just looking so lifeless, it really got to Boruto mentally. And we're now seeing it in real time. It bothered him deeply, enough to want to hurry up and save Sasuke so that doesn't happen to him. So this mission isn't about code, it isn't about forming some big plan to take down Jiraiya, it's a plan to hunt down Hidari. He's actually going to be a very key player in this next arc. That's exactly why he was featured on the cover of this latest chapter. Ikimoto is already subliminally telling us what's happening or what will happen in the future of Two Blue Vortex. Boruto wants to take down Hidari and forcefully retrieve that bulb. He figured since him and Sarada did it once before, they could just do it again. And now that Boruto is stronger, it makes more sense to at least try. With Sasuke still stuck in the tree and his life force getting siphoned off every second, and especially with Hidari still out there, it causes restlessness within Boruto. There's just no way he can sit back and be patient while his master is in danger of facing the same fate as Bug. And like I said earlier, because of the trust between Koji and Boruto being so bad, Boruto won't feel comfortable enough to even let him know what he plans to do. Koji already showed his true colors to Boruto by letting Yodo die and showing the willingness to even let Matsuri devour Konohamaru. It completely ruined his reputation in Boruto's mind. Because if he doesn't care about Yodo or Konohamaru, or even Lord Kobu, what makes you think he cares about what happens to Sasuke? Koji would let him die if it meant the safety of the future is secured. So Boruto cannot trust him with this. This is something he cares about, so he must do it by himself with the person he trusts the most, Sarada. Now, the mission isn't going to be easy, of course. I'd say the whole thing is rather hasty. But Boruto isn't dumb. He won't just rush in there to face Hidari one-on-one if there's a chance Jura or even Code could interfere. So he has to play the long game here. That's why he needs Sarada to throw the symbols away as soon as she gets to the Shinjutsu dimension. It creates a way for Boruto to get in and out whenever he wants. The next step is to separate Hidari and Jura. For that, he'll also have to be patient, lure Jura away from Hidari using something he wants. Or he could be doing the opposite. I feel like that makes sense too. He could be luring Hidari out, using Sarada as bait because he knows that he's after her. That could be why Boruto's seen this as a great opportunity, all because Hidari is after Sarada. So what could that be? Is Boruto going to tell Hidari something before he leaves with Sarada? Something that'll get Hidari away from Jura. Hidari's not too intelligent, so something like that could work. Maybe telling him to come to Konoha if he wants Sarada. Or instead of Sarada, to find out who he truly is. Because as we remember, that's something that he wants to do. So Boruto has to bait him with something that he wants personally. I don't know if I can say it's a great plan, but if executed correctly, this could be the start of the end for Hidari. The only thing that I'm a little worried about is the new attachment Jura has with Hidari. That right there could prove troublesome to Boruto. And he'll find out soon. Jura won't be too happy about this. And it could delay Sasuke's rescue even more. I honestly think this is the motive behind his plan. Because what else would it be? Why would Boruto be trying to invade the Shinjutsu base knowing how dangerous it would be? I can see it being only for one of two reasons. To accelerate Hidari's death so Sasuke can be free, or create a way to get to the Shinjutsu to prepare an ambush. And believe me, both of those reasons can be linked back to Boruto just wanting to save Sasuke. So all in all, there's no way Boruto is doing this for any reason other than to save Sasuke. Because even he knows it's not possible, nor is it time to fight Jura yet. Especially without prescience on his side. He's crazy, but not that crazy. So I'm 90% sure this mission is the awaited Sasuke retrieval mission. Part 2, I guess. You know what I mean. So let me know what you think is the big purpose behind this behavior from Boruto. Does him betraying Koji again signify that he's trying to do something that is going to change the timeline? Because we all have to admit, even if he doesn't save Sasuke, just him trying to save Sasuke will shift the flow of time greatly. And it could end up creating a new batch of futures that they cannot ignore. Let me know what you all think about that down below, and I think that'll do it for me. So of course, if you all enjoyed today's video, and don't mind seeing more like this in the near future, why not go ahead and like the video, comment, subscribe, and turn on them post notifications so you don't miss another video like this, or when I go live for chapter spoilers. And until my next one, I'll see you boys and girls later, and I'm out. Peace.